These days, if you can't make it to church, there's tons of online content to get caught up. From the Bible app to Facebook small groups to live stream sermons. One could argue that you could practice your faith exclusively through a screen. This begs the question, with the sophistication and convenience of online ministry, do you even need to go to a church to strengthen your faith?
What is Saddleback Online? Hey, my name is Jay and I'm the online campus pastor at Saddleback Church.
Jay Cranda is the online campus pastor at Saddleback Church, a Christian megachurch with campuses all over the world. His job is to recreate a digital church experience.
I don't see my job too differently than other pastors because I want them to do all the same stuff. I want them to be engaged in a church.
But it does differ in many ways. The goal of the online pastor is to get someone from online to an offline experience. And to do so, it relies on digital strategy in the same way that marketers think about it.
It's kind of in a way it's doing a cleaner, less salesy version of like the TV broadcast thing where like at the end someone says, hey, to get your free copy, contact this number. Well, we're not saying you get a free copy or anything. We're just saying, hey, there's a team of people that are here to kind of help you. And so if you're watching on Facebook Live and you're, down the street and you need a prayer, like we want to talk to you, but then we also want to help you get connected to our local campus.
In Barna Research Group's Cyber Church report, 9 out of 10 surveyed pastors say they should provide religious experiences to people online.
You think it's going to become more normal, and I just think we're going to have less online pastors, and you're just going to have pastors.
Accessing online religious content differs, though, depending on the creator. Jessica Chow is someone who has used her online brand to promote her faith. With nearly 35,000 Instagram followers, she's built a brand as a Christian influencer who regularly spreads the gospel by sharing her own journey with God.
I never really had a moment where I just decided to do it. I think when you're actually gripped by the truth of Christ, it's just naturally going to be what I talk about. Does that mean screaming the name of Jesus at every person you walk by? Probably not, which is unfortunately what a lot of people do. You can share the gospel through your story. You can share the love of God through what He's done in your life, just your life.
For Chow, she chooses to lean into difficult topics to help others grapple with their faith.
I released my abortion to the Lord and how the Lord brought me through that forgiveness and reconciliation and even the redemption of that process. For me, I figure if this is a platform that God has clearly blessed, that I grow a following on, I'm going to use it to speak His name and speak His glory.
Influencers like Chow are impactful. The audiences they garner engage and listen. For 19-year-old Geneva Ross, social media has been one of the main ways she keeps up with her faith.
I think social media has helped influence the way I view worship and how I do worship.
From following her favorite pastor online to spending hours watching Christian YouTubers, much of her religious practice outside of church is sustained through online content.
So this is his page that I'll go through. Yeah, this is one of the really good ones, 3 Habits of a Healthy Heart.
I shared a teaching with our staff a couple weeks ago. What was it, about 2 months ago? And I came in and taught this teaching called 3 Habits of a Healthy Heart.
I would definitely go see Stephen Furtick if I could get a flight out to, I think it's Utah. I would definitely go see him. I've shared him to several other of my friends over Instagram and some links and stuff like that, just so they could see him speak.
Ross is in film school now, but flirting with the idea of going into ministry school after she graduates. She says she would consider even becoming a YouTuber to share the gospel that way.
There's been times where I just remember things that will be said in YouTube videos or the way that people talked about circumstances that they were in on their channel and how they handled it. And it's helped me to be in a situation and all of a sudden in my mind, I'll be like, hey, remember that?
Although the internet has democratized who can preach online, Cranda says there's a gap in pastoral work.
If you look at social media influencers, I feel like as a whole, is that you're looking at content creators. You're not looking at pastors. There's a difference from leading a church and building it up to 1,000 people and getting 1 million people on Instagram to like your nice typeface Pinterest photo. Just because you got that large following doesn't mean you actually know how to develop a church.
What's great about the internet is that it's allowed anyone to produce content, which means anyone who wants to share the gospel can. Whether it's with the backing of a religious institution like Saddleback, or just on your own YouTube channel, there are no gatekeepers. There may not be a right or wrong way to preach online, but what is clear is that there definitely is an audience who wants to use the internet to practice their faith.